Every single day, we are faced with moments that test our patience and rattle our calm. Whether it's a traffic jam when you're already late, a coworker's irritating habits, or your phone battery dying in the middle of an important call, life often seems full of these little battles. It can feel like we're constantly being provoked or held up by things beyond our control. However, it's not just about these minor irritations. It's about how we respond to them that shapes our days and, ultimately, our lives. If we can respond calmly and rationally to these challenges, we can not only survive them but thrive in them. Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, offers powerful tools to help us do just that. It's not about avoiding life's difficulties, but about using them as opportunities for personal growth and transformation. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control everything that happens in our lives, but we do have complete control over how we choose to react. Today, we are diving deep into the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy that has inspired some of the greatest minds throughout history. By the end of this video, you will not only understand why these principles have stood the test of time, but also gain practical strategies that you can implement today to live a more resilient and fulfilling life. Let's explore how the calm logic of Stoicism can help us control our reactions, cultivate inner peace, and transform our lives. Lesson 1. Anger is natural, but we can control our reactions. It's important to remember that everyone feels angry sometimes. It's part of being human. But this is where Stoicism steps in with its profound wisdom. Stoic philosophy teaches us that while we can't always control what happens to us, we can absolutely control how we respond to what happens. Think about it. When something goes wrong or someone frustrates us, our first instinct might be to react with anger. But what if, instead of immediately reacting, we took a step back and considered our response? Stoicism encourages us to see these moments of irritation as opportunities to practice virtues like patience, understanding, and resilience. By acknowledging anger as a natural emotion, we set the stage for learning how to handle it more effectively. The Stoic philosophers, such as Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, often discuss the concept of not being swayed by external events, but focusing instead on our internal responses. They believed that emotions, including anger, arise from our judgments about events, not from the events themselves. When we feel anger, it is often because we are placing a particular value or judgment on what has happened. This understanding opens up a powerful opportunity for us to ask ourselves, what judgment am I making about this situation? Is there another way to view it? For instance, if you're cut off in traffic and feel the anger bubbling up, take a moment to examine why you react this way. Is it really the other driver's actions that upset you? Or is it your belief that your route should be free of obstacles? Acknowledging anger helps us empathize with others who may also struggle with their emotions. This empathy can deepen our connections and improve our interactions. The Stoic idea here is about compassion for both ourselves and others, as we navigate the complexities of human emotions. Lesson 2. Control what you can, let go of what you can't. A core principle in Stoicism is recognizing the difference between what we can control and what we can't. You control your thoughts, decisions, and actions. That's it. Everything else, from other people's actions to the weather, is outside your control. But here's the beauty of it. By focusing on what we can control, our reactions and attitudes, we reclaim a tremendous amount of power. Instead of wasting energy on the uncontrollable, we can direct that energy into the things we can influence. Let's make this practical. Imagine you're working on a group project, and one of your teammates isn't pulling their weight. It's easy to get frustrated, right? But the Stoic approach asks, what part of this situation can I control? You can't make your teammate work harder, but you can control how you respond to the challenge. Maybe you have a conversation about expectations, or perhaps find a way to redistribute the workload. By shifting your focus, you not only reduce your own stress, but open up constructive ways to address the problem. Another Stoic strategy involves accepting that some things are simply beyond our control. This acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means understanding where our true power lies. For example, if you're stuck in traffic, acknowledge that you can't control the traffic, but you can control how you respond. Maybe you decide to use the time to think through your day or listen to a calming podcast. This shift in perspective builds a stronger, more resilient mindset. Over time, you'll find yourself less shaken by life's ups and downs because you understand what's in your control and what isn't. Lesson 3. Practicing mindfulness to stay calm. Stoicism aligns beautifully with mindfulness, which teaches us to be fully present in the moment and aware of our thoughts and actions. Mindfulness gives us the ability to pause before reacting, especially when we're feeling anger or frustration. Think about how often we get upset over situations that we can't change. A slow line at the grocery store, a long wait at the doctor's office, or even a colleague's delayed response. Instead of allowing ourselves to be overcome by frustration, mindfulness helps us step back and observe our emotions without immediately acting on them. The key to mindfulness is the ability to create a space between an emotional trigger and our response. For instance, when someone says something that upsets you, instead of snapping back, mindfulness allows you to notice your emotional surge but choose to observe it without reacting immediately. This space can be incredibly calming. It allows you to choose a response that is aligned with your values and goals, rather than reacting out of habit or impulse. How do we incorporate mindfulness into daily life? One simple technique is to focus on your breathing when you feel anxious or angry. Taking deep, slow breaths brings your mind back to what you can control, your breath, and helps shift your focus away from the stressor. Another effective method is mindful observation. Choose an everyday task, like drinking a cup of coffee, and focus all your senses on the experience. Notice the aroma, the warmth of the cup, and the taste. By engaging fully with the present moment, you train your brain to apply the same mindfulness to more challenging situations when anger or frustration arises. Lesson 4. Embracing impermanence and letting go of attachment. The Stoics also teach us about the impermanence of our experiences. Nothing lasts forever, not even our emotions. This realization can be profoundly freeing. By understanding that everything is in a constant state of change, we can navigate life's challenges with greater ease. Take a moment to reflect on the transient nature of your surroundings and experiences. Watch how the seasons change. Notice how your feelings shift throughout the day, or observe how your relationships evolve over time. These observations are reminders that change is the only constant in life. This is particularly helpful when dealing with negative emotions like anger or sadness. When we understand that nothing lasts forever, we start to see that our emotions, even the most intense ones, are temporary. This awareness gives us the strength to accept difficult situations without feeling overwhelmed by them. For example, if you didn't get the job promotion you wanted, it's natural to feel disappointed. But if you accept that nothing in life is permanent, you'll understand that this feeling too shall pass, and something better may come along in the future. The key is to shift your mindset and view challenges as opportunities to practice resilience. Lesson 5. Mastering our emotions through self-reflection. Self-awareness is essential for mastering our emotions. The Stoics believed that by understanding the root causes of our emotions, we can begin to control them instead of being controlled by them. When we experience an emotional reaction, it's helpful to ask ourselves, what am I believing right now? Is this belief true? Is it helpful? By questioning our beliefs and judgments, we can often see that our emotions are based on assumptions that may not be entirely accurate or helpful. For example, if you're feeling anxious about an upcoming work presentation, ask yourself why. Are you afraid of making a mistake and being judged? Maybe you believe you must be perfect to earn respect. But is this belief true? Likely, your colleagues value your effort and sincerity more than perfection. This kind of self-reflection allows you to challenge negative thought patterns and choose a more balanced, calm, emotional response. Conclusion: building a resilient and peaceful life. Through the teachings of Stoicism, we can learn to manage our emotions, transform our reactions, and navigate life's challenges with greater resilience and peace. By practicing Stoic principles like controlling what we can, embracing impermanence, and engaging in mindfulness, we begin to shape our inner lives, aligning them with our values and long-term goals. Remember, the journey to mastering your emotions and living a more peaceful life is ongoing. Every step you take toward self-awareness and self-control is a step toward a more fulfilling existence. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found these insights helpful and want to continue learning and growing together, don't forget to follow us for more. Your path to emotional mastery begins here. Let's keep transforming together.